Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Kinetic League's LAN in Columbus, Ohio Game Arena. I am Kamika, joined by Zarin, and we're taking a little bit of a trip to the losers bracket. Things are a little bit still shaping up in the winners, and so we're going down to a best of three between 1L2P and Orlando Outlaws. Zarin, how you feeling?
Well, I mean, these two teams, the two fifth-seeded teams from their respective groups, and starting in losers round one, obviously didn't start the tournament or their bracket play the way they wanted to, but now with an opportunity to advance. But winner moves on, loser goes home, and well, Orlando saw some brightness out of Expired and Zuni. And on the other side, 1L2P, we saw the likes of Prometheus and Sebzi really take off for this squad.
Yep, a little bit of extra high stakes, meaning you literally can go home right after this if you lose. You're done at the LAN. So playing for their lives right now. Both these teams Expired, trying to pinch them off, get them off this objective. But 1L2P, while they do lose the objective, they've gained the spawns. And so they will be able to all respawn. Basically, Expired, very unwise to this, and is going to be getting a little bit caught out by surprise. Zuni a little bit further up than the rest of his teammates, trying to buy some time by knocking him off the objective, and that's exactly what he will do. Orlando Outlaws starting to shape up in position, but Prometheus from the top rafters coming on down, RKO in midair, hitting him, and now Orlando Outlaws are going to be gapped away from the objective. Just kidding, Panda sneaking on through the water route, getting him in there, but Prometheus still around, still getting 4Ks, and still getting time.
Zuni might actually drop 30 plus kills, I think, in this hardpoint. He's just that good in comparison to players in the rest of the lobby, but you see Expired already popping off too. Sebzi on the other side, Prometheus with a good start, and just a little bit of back and forth as we get set up now for P3.
Yep, and Orlando Outlaws. This is an interesting map to see them pick. The last time we saw them on this, it was a little bit of a struggle. Granted, it was up against a very good team, the first seed, but clearly they feel they can do a little bit differently, and they want either that or they want to get better at it. So yeah, here we find them once again up against 1L2P, starting things off pretty good. This is not a hill you typically want to depend on for hill time, but Orlando Outlaws, they seem to be in the proper position to hold on to this. It's a very precarious one, but still, 1L2P are having a very hard time contesting this one.
Yeah, Panda with a nice little knife there, and yeah, Orlando kind of taking control of this game here. Expired popping out. No hill time, but he's getting all the kills in the world. He's going to get one. Looking for that second player. Going to be able to call out Prometheus up top. Expired chasing him from behind. We'll finally get the kill. And it's going to be Orlando on rotation, but got one player to deal with in Chaos.
Yep, Chaos trying to be as annoying as is humanly possible, but gets a little bit stuck in the water, unfortunately for him. And so Orlando Outlaws will be getting this rotation to this objective yet again. 1L2P losing the foot race. Orlando Outlaws just a little bit too fast for them as Expired jumping on down RKO once again. And with that, he will be getting close to a streak as if he didn't already have one in his back pocket. This dude's getting streaks on streaks. And now, yeah, just running at him, shooting bodies. Clearly, respect is not being had for 1L2P. Orlando Outlaws clearly feeling that they are that they are a little bit better than these guys and just want to show it a little bit extra.
Yeah, if you're shooting like Expired, I mean, wow. That guy is 14-3 currently. Finally got that cruise missile. Been eluding him all game, but finally able to get it. You see Chaos just kind of panic chowing the hill, and Prometheus from the outside does get 3 back. So at least a little bit of time will go back the way of 1L2P, and as I say that, it's going to be a 1v1 on the point. Zuni trying to win that one, and he does. So good win there from Orlando Outlaws. Still have 1L2P spawning in the back. Going to be a bit of a split spawn here as we head to P5, but Orlando Outlaws well in control of this game.
Yeah, 1L2P, finally a good rotation coming out from them. Orlando Outlaws are not very far away, though, and they've still got them spawning out, unfortunately. So that hold will not be standing for very long up against this break-heavy Orlando Outlaws. We're just barrel stuffing these guys over and over again, getting away with murder quite literally here. Got to give them a reason to stop running them down. Exotic trying to be that, and with that, they will actually be able to get back in very nicely. Goose Jay's still alive, trying to be as much of a nuisance as he can. Facilitate a break back in if at all possible for him, and that is exactly what they're going to be doing. Killing everybody right on back, and it will be a full team wipe, unlike for Orlando Outlaws. Prometheus trying to bring the fire once again. He's been doing that quite a lot. Definitely a shining star on this 1L2P squad. but he's still going to really need some help up against these straight shooters from Orlando Outlaws.
Yeah, I mean, it just no help right now at all. And they will get a little bit of scrap time, but you see Orlando already set up for new. They aren't quite far enough back to hold the spawn, so perhaps Exotic can start to make his way down. But as I say that, it's going to be expired. Trying to pick up the cross. He's going to be able to spot one out. Eventually, big gunfight, and he wins that one as well. See, Sebzy having a little bit of hard time. Got to get the games up, man. You gotta get your pull-ups going if you want to get up out of the water. But Orlando trying to make it a 100-point game. Good shots from Panda. He's turning up. He had a slow day yesterday, but it's nice to see him get back to even here, and Deuce as well. Not a big engagement type player, but still getting the job done on the back end.
I mean, there's only so much to say about that because sometimes the players just don't engage you. So fair enough to him on that one. That's something that on LTP has been having a little bit of a problem with is their engagements. If you do recall one of their last search and destroys we watched. But Orlando Outlaws, when they do engage, they are winning these gunfights by and large, pretty much all the time. Expired seeing one go by, trying to just get up higher a little bit more than him. And yes, he will. Does get up to pull out his gun quicker, and he will be able to get the better of him. Orlando Outlaws just eating all this time off this P2. One L2P getting left in the dust on the rotation once again. Orlando Outlaws immensely too fast. Chaos desperate for the objective, but dies on the spot. And Orlando Outlaws just still with a very nice shape to themselves right now.
Panda looks good. He's had some pretty important kills, and Deuce being able to anchor those spawns has given his team an opportunity to be as close to the hill as possible. But right now it is actually going to be the perfect flip, perfect scenario for Orlando. Can Panda get one? He gets one. Looking for that third, rather. And I mean, good hold for now, but you get one L2P spawning so far away. It's basically going to be a free 15 or 20 seconds for Orlando Outlaws on new.
Could be even more than that if it goes similarly as last time. Orlando Outlaws, they got a very above average amount of time off this hill the last time. They just kept L2P so far away. Prometheus actually going to touch the objective this time. Just kidding. Stopped just short by Zuni. Exotic falling now as well. And with that, yet another full team wipe in the hands of Orlando Outlaws. These guys are merciless. They will not leave any survivors left to come at them another day. So, yeah, that's been a major problem for Orlando for one L2P as they're about to all die again. Sebzy dying before his opponents can even get to him on his own accord, I guess you could say. But yeah, Chaos finally trying to cause some chaos, getting in around the back, forcing Orlando Outlaws to do something other than look just straight ahead and shoot them. But yeah, looking bad for one L2P. This is not a hill that you want to depend on for a lot of time. And yeah, they will be able to finally knock them off of it, but as you can see, Orlando Outlaws, they are all up once again. Good thing for one L2P is that by virtue of them getting that spawn, that full team wipe, they will be able to get this rotation.
Yeah, 5 seconds remain, make it 4. Has one L2P. Gonna literally have to be pretty much perfect. Only 4 seconds to spare. Zuni try to get from the outside, nothing doing yet. You see how spread out Orlando are? They are just taking their time looking for that opening pick, and there's a streak called in. Now you're gonna watch Orlando fly up the map and try to take this time here. Deuce trying to get into Broken, can't get the shot on Exotic, and still one L2P with control.
Yep, at least breaking the 100-point margin, keeping their opponents a little bit away for now. Sebzy, enemies all around him, literally right beneath him as well. One gets past, but Chaos picks him up. Well defended. Honestly, this is a great hold from one L2P. If they were able to get some rotations earlier on in the game, they might have had a really solid chance, but unfortunately, they just lost the foot races so much, and now they find themselves 3 points away from defeat. Still putting up a really good fight, though. Deuce J going to be able to take down yet another one of them. And ooh, going for a little bit of a sneaky sneak here, Expired, trying to win off this objective, and yes, he will. Yes, the sneaky play down pat, Orlando Outlaws. Oh my goodness, standing up and saying something, having a couple of words, and rightfully so. That was a very nice performance for Orlando.
Yeah, I mean, that's got to be Expired screaming up in their face, because 29 and 14. And his teammate Zuni with 27, I believe, too. So great couple performances. Yeah, 28 and 29 respectfully. Oh, man. Great performances from them. 57 combined. And Orlando with a shocking obliteration of their opponents.
I mean, yeah, the Orlando Outlaws, they looked pretty solid in their group stage for what it was, to be totally honest with you. They had a pretty difficult group, if I do recall. They were in Group B, unless I'm mistaken. And that group, let's just get a quick reminder for everybody, included Rally Royals, Onyx Origin, and Team Acrylic. So yes,
Yeah, that's tough.
very difficult group by all standards, and they were able to beat Reign Elite. Not even that bad performances on some of the other maps as well. So yeah, these guys, they had a little bit of a difficult group, but going up against some of the other people in their same bracket from the other groups, clearly looking pretty good up against 1L2P, who I do believe are our bottom seed, other than Shiesty MFs. But either way, you take what you can get. You're in the losers bracket, round number 1, and you're looking to move on to face, I do believe, well, we'll figure that out a little bit later. But we will be moving on to Mercado, which is 1L2P's pick. Zarin, any thoughts on this?
Again, Mercado, very mixy map, very back and forth. Offensive side, the favorite side with the nade spots on round 1. So with 1L2P picking this map, I got to expect Orlando to start on offense here. And, well, that's where they want to be, right? And they want to get off to a quick start. Don't let 1L2P in it, because we have seen Orlando struggle down the stretch in games. So if they get up to a hot start, hopefully they can ride that wave for the rest of the Mercado. But I would like to see a little bit more B action here, especially from the likes of 1L2P, who have not been successful whatsoever in Search and Destroy this weekend.
I mean, yeah, if you guys do recall when they were playing up against, I believe it was Pulse of Black, they did get very much stuck in their home spawn quite a lot of the time. Very timid, very careful team, I guess you could say. And even Charisma, when we did the interview for them after the fact, he said that they were playing way too passive. And I'm hoping that 1L2P paid attention to that, and they're like, you know what, guys? Even if it means we lose the round, even if we die, we got to get some intel in order to figure out what our opponents are doing in order to shut us down. Because if you're just staying trapped inside your home area, you're never going to figure out how your opponents are beating you, how they got to the positions that they're at. And I'm sure that 1L2P, after the games they've had so far, have had plenty of time to realize it. We will see if they do go ahead and implement that on their favorite map.
Yeah, 1L2P, it is their map pick, so they definitely want to take this one. I mean, they're going to have to. This is their entire tournament on the line right now, so do or die for them. Will they rise up to the occasion? That remains to be seen, but we're getting pretty much set to go here on Mercado Search and Destroy. And if we get to that expo, things can get very interesting, and we don't know how either of these teams really are on control. I mean, we did see Orlando take a map off of Rally, so perhaps that be a telltale sign. But, you know, different map, different situation. You got your tournament on the line here. Who's going to come out on top? Will 1L2P tie it back up, force a game 3? Will be Orlando moving on to LR2?
Well, we will soon see. I think this first round is going to be quite telling in terms of if 1L2P is going to put up much of a fight up against the Search and Destroy preferred Orlando Outlaws or not. Expired, trying to run him down, getting very up close and personal, window breaking. So 1L2P will be hearing this, and they will find Panda trying to take the same route. Expired finding one on the way back though, and so Prometheus trying to find him. Doesn't really have any teammates here with him. Very spread out here, 1L2P. So Prometheus does die here. He's in some serious trouble, trying to backtrack way towards his teammates, and will survive that encounter.
Yeah, Deuce tags one up too. Stays up. Chaos and Deuce changing blows, but no one able to complete the kill. Zuni, good shots on the Chaos again, down to 9 health. And with 45 seconds left, 1L2P slowly inching their way towards B. No one watching the cross. So they should be able to get through without an issue. But you see, Zuni moving up slowly into dark. And 1L2P need to move, and they need to move now.
Yeah, they do, because the longer you've got Expired sitting up in this house with nothing happening, the more they're going to wonder. And now with that kill on Prometheus, it's pretty much dead set in their mind that they're going to be going to be. Has to be now, especially since 1L2P stuck having to go for that bomb for B. Have to go for that plant literally right now. Got a dolphin dive out that window, Chaos. That is exactly what he is going to do, but literally took too long to do it, and the bomb plant won't go down anyway. So, running out of time. Orlando Outlaws takes the win.
Yeah, nice round there from Orlando, and 1L2P just a little bit confused on what they wanted to do, how they wanted to attack it, and fortunately costed them. A little more trash talk going across the station as Orlando heading up 1-0 as we get back into round number 2. 1L2P need to get one back.
Yeah, I think 1L2P are still struggling to find their aggressiveness. It could very well work because you see that Expired and Panda are well willing to come to them, and so if they set up counter to that on the defensive side, then yeah, that'll be great. Or even on the offensive side, that'll be great. You just got to make sure they don't give up too much ground. They're even trying to do a little bit of aggression themselves. Look at this from Exotic. You love to see stuff like that. This will give them some great intel. Let them know that it's more likely going to be a B hit because there's nobody up in here. Otherwise, I would have definitely been dead by now. And so Orlando Outlaws starting to get rotated on by 1L2P.
Yeah, Panda up in the grill. Love that play from Expired. Yeah. Be a player in Dark. Prometheus, wow, loses that gunfight somehow. Some numbers for Orlando. 3v2, 41 seconds left to go. Love that play from Expired to be working Cantina, make a little bit of noise. Sebsy not able to hit that snipe. Now with 40 seconds left, Orlando very much in control of 10.
Yeah, and that one player over there Expired, forcing Sebsy to constantly look over his shoulder. He is dead stuck watching that way. Time is a-wasting once again for 1L2P. Chaos, great shots, but he will be traded out. Could be worth, though, as Sebsy with the quickscope. Nice diving for that sub on the ground. Definitely going to need it. Taking a very, very long route for how much time is left on the bomb, but as you can see, Expired is still there, waiting. Gonna go and check this bomb in just a second, just to make sure that Sebsy is not on it. But Sebsy, he tries to go for the quick scope, but not quite gonna be happening. Orlando Outlaws running their opponents out of time once again.
Yep, nice patience there from Expired. Stays alive just long enough. Plays the corner, plays an angle. That's exactly how you be successful in Search and Destroy. And Orlando once again, second straight round, and really forcing the hand of 1L2B to make something happen. And you know, if you're 1L2B, you just can't get desperate in this situation. You know the circumstance, but you can't try to be a hero here. You got to still stick as a team, try to win as a team here. Orlando up 2-0.
Orlando holding the util as well. Expired, trying to get aggro on him again, but will be punished this time by Prometheus. That's what you like to see from 1L2P, getting an early blood, punishing the aggression. Probably won't be able to use too much of their util here because of some good trophy system setups from Orlando, but good shots will force Zuni out of his position. And Panda actually getting aggro on these guys as well. That is crazy. But either way, that's 1 for 2. Very well worth for 1L2P, and now Zuni a little bit stuck there. He's in a position that is very easily compromised if 1L2P know how to make a take on it. They're actually going to go for the bomb plant while Chaos goes ahead and distracts him. In the meantime, Deuce J on the rotation. They could, if they really wanted to, try and beat out Zuni while this other guy is on the opposite end of the map. They know the rotation's coming in. They have to play a little bit more safely, or just kidding, they opt to play not safely at all. Trade out play coming in from Chaos. Deuce J coming in around the back. He's ready in 1L2P. That's how you do it. Not afraid to die, not afraid to take some trades, and it works out.
Yeah, that was a rogue chow from Panda there. I mean, you get the first kill, that's great. You even the numbers back up, but you fly through back alley. You got 3 players staring at you in the face. Probably not ideal for Orlando there. 1L2P finally get around back. And Prometheus going huge so far in this game yet again. Seems to be the only player really popping off in this situation. And Orlando still with the lead, back on the offensive favorite side, and just going to be a default A off the rip.
Yep, and Prometheus actually getting a little bit aggro on these guys. I think this is probably the last thing they will expect. The stun will reveal it slightly, but oh man, Exotic. Oh, Exotic! Shooting bodies too! That's crazy! But either way, 1L2P, 1-for-1 trade. Exotic looking for more. Prometheus finds Expired. Zuni still down low, doesn't manage to secure the kill though, and they're hunting him down. Exotic, he's feeling himself now. Gets another kill, and just like that, it's Deuce J alone.
Wow, I mean, 1L2P played with confidence out of nowhere, and oh, we saw it a little bit yesterday, but given the situation, you wouldn't think they would just be flying and challenging everything, but here they are, making Orlando pay for it. And Deuce in a 1v3, you're going to get caught out, and this is pretty much over with 30 seconds left.
Yes, indeed. Forced out by the nade. If that nade didn't kill him, the bullets following it would have. This is just some good stuff coming out from 1L2P. I love the adjustments that they're making, the aggression, not being afraid of their opponents. And let's not forget, this is a mode that they were at least somewhat close to winning in their group stage, at least up against Precision. They did go round number 11 up against Precision, so they do have a little bit of skill in the search and destroy. Remember how yesterday I was pointing out that Prometheus bringing the fire? He's doing that once again today, 6-3, and could very well be a difference maker. I mean, Chaos trying to do the same thing as well. Not afraid to get a little aggressive, make some trade out plays.
Yep, so here we go. Prometheus down low, tags one up. Finally able to grab one. So 3v3 now, in an interesting position. You see the likes of Orlando spread all the way across the map. And Expired just going to play patient. Play for numbers, play for this time. Time left for 1L2P to work with, but all the power now to Orlando.
Oh, now they got a little bit of intel on Expired. Chaos coming through the middle of the map. No one's watching. We get a wrap. But ooh, Zuni looks there at literally the perfect time. Good realization from Orlando that no one's watching that way. Could have been a disaster, but it is going to be crisis averted for them. And now they will be able to mop up shop, potentially resetting tempo in their favor. Exactly what you need after a couple of rough rounds like that. But, I mean, hey, those kinds of things happen sometimes in Search and Destroy. Good opponents sometimes figure you out. You got to make some adjustments. Can't make the same plays over and over again. And Orlando obviously have some different plays in their playbook.
Yeah, for sure. And Orlando being able to switch it up, being able to keep 1L2P on their toes is going to be their key for success in this. And right now, proving exactly why. Up 3-2, and Bomb's going to make its way towards B. A 4-hit over towards B.
Yep, Chaos will be here, throwing down the trophy, but Zuni does see him. Teammates are going to be looking for the bait out play. Climbing over the top. And ooh, somehow Chaos still alive, but no support arriving in time. Will arrive in time for the trade out. Getting at least one, but still not worth. Needs to get this guy right now. There you go, Exotic. Quickly about to be clamped down on, though. Trying desperately to get away. Dives right into that flash grenade and gets slowed and killed because of it. Unfortunate timing for that dive. And Orlando Outlaws back on top.
Yep. Another very clean round from the Outlaws. Zuni. What a performance him and Expired have put on in this entire weekend. They've looked so good and continue to do so in map number 2. Looking to close out the series. Just 2 more rounds needed to send 1L2P packing. Can they get it done here? But back on the defensive round, so difficult to win. And we're actually going to see a 1L2P B hit. This is going to be interesting. Can Zuni hold them off? He's been so good for so long. Can he get it done here as 1L2P make their way to B?
1L2P going very quickly for this bomb plant. And in this, oh my goodness. Actually, this play through the middle of the map has been completely left open, and they capitalize on it 100%. They're about to collapse on Prometheus, who does a very good job by himself, buying some time for his teammates to come on in here. Door cracks open behind him, doesn't hear it. Panda gets a free kill. And just like that, Panda control over the bomb site, doesn't realize it, trying to take the 1v1, can't quite get it done. There was a chance, but it will be snuffed out by 1L2P, who are still alive, winning the 7th round.
There you go, the fist bumps. Very important 7th round. Those guys needed that one desperately. Looking for any reason to get hyped, to get excited again. Backs against the wall. Orlando still with the opportunity to take the lead, but 1L2P need to keep it going. Need to tie it up at 4 apiece. Bombs going over towards A 2-2 split yet again for 1L2P. This could play into the favor of Orlando.
Ooh, but Prometheus, once again, finding an angle that is not properly watched, gets a free kill onto Panda, and with that, Chaos erupts, and the Orlando lines quickly dealt with, though. And so, 1L2P, they got some great intel out. Their opponents are at A, but they're holding it very interestingly. No one actually over there. In fact, they've got most of their people over towards B instead. Exotic on the flank will get punished. And Orlando Outlaws given a lot of free real estate that usually you have to fight a lot for and even die for. And with that, Sebzi is all by his lonesome. Bomb is down in a very not fun position, but they know they saw him cross. They should know that this bomb is free to pick up there for Deuce J, and now I think he gets the call out now. Should be a quick, easy bomb plant for them with that knowledge.
Yeah, Sebzi by himself. I like this positioning. Not often you want to be separate. Oh boy. Oh wow. Zuni gets lucky there. I was gonna say I like that positioning, cutting the map. Usually you want to be grouped up in a 1v2 or 1v3, but one player on site, one cutting the map. Not sure why Zuni decided to just give it up completely, but luckily heard Sebzi turn the corner and gets the drop shot onto him now. 1L2P, just one round away from being knocked out of the tournament. Our second team to be eliminated, potentially, here at Kinetic Leagues Columbus.
Yep, one L2P might be paying for their body shots from Exotic after all. It was quite ambitious to do that early on. But ooh, good stun landing, and that will slow the push from Orlando Outlaws a little bit. Being a little bit cautious of this, they know it's coming. Expired still getting the kill on Prometheus. Big one to be getting. He's the most killing player on the team. Ooh, Panda, a little bit too cracked there. Almost completely evaporating Expired there. But still, waiting. They know their opponents like to be aggressive. They're seeing if they'll do it again, and they do. Exotic trying to fish for this kill. Really trying. Might get two, but Expired there to give some help and some extra bullets to his body after he's already dead. Is he doing what I think he's doing? I think he is, because they know that 1L2P is done and dusted, my friend. Way to put an exclamation point on it. Getting up, having some words, waving, saying goodbye, go home, and Orlando, move on.
Yes, nice clean S&D from them. 1L2P go home with a top 16 finish. And it's not enough in the tank for them. Unfortunately, they will be done for the tournament. But yeah, Orlando, hang on. Move on to losers round 2, and on the back of Zuni and Expired, 22 and 8 combined in 9 rounds of search and destroy is quite something. So it will be Orlando Outlaws with the 2-0 sweep. Moving on to losers round 2 to take on Rally Esports in a potential revenge match. They went to map 3 with them yesterday. See if they'll be able to do it again and this time flip the switch.
Could be. And while we were waiting for the losers bracket to go on, the winners bracket to go on in this losers bracket, it seems that Acrylic and Ascend are now ready to be going at it, ladies and gentlemen. We were waiting on Acrylic to finish their game up with 7th Heaven, and they did end up beating them. So no revenge for Revengy just yet. Might be able to take them on later, but it will be Acrylic versus Ascend being our next game.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be a heck of a game too. Acrylic did drop a map to 7th Heaven, so I'd be curious to find out what map that actually was. I would guesstimate it would be a Search and Destroy, but we obviously don't know, and I mean, we'll find out when we can, but still, Acrylic versus Ascend will be the winners semis matchup on the bottom side of the bracket, 2 seed going against the 3 seed, and then up top of the bracket is going to be P-Boys against Silex, the 1 and 4 seed. So the top 4 teams is exactly where we thought they would be at this point in the tournament. And, well, we're going to see Pulsive, 7th Heaven, and Onyx down to the losers. And those are all 3 teams that have potential to climb their way back up to the grand final later on today.
Yep, more targets for Orlando Outlaws to potentially take on later. Before we hop off with them, we are going to be having a quick interview with Zuni, ladies and gentlemen. And I do believe, yes, there he is. Zuni, hello, how you doing?
What's up, boys? What's up?
Not much. How's your land so far?
Pretty good. It's my first LAN, but I mean, started the first day off like horribly, bro. We 1-3, but you know, we came up here. We're good.
Individually, like you and Expired have had like fantastic tournaments. Just talk to me about this being your first LAN experience, how it's been for you, a little bit of the trash talk getting involved. Like, how have you been able to cope with that, and what have you learned so far from your first LAN?
I mean, honestly, I think it's been phenomenal. Like, I feel like me personally, I've done really good for my team. I mean, speaking on Expired, he's gross. Like, I don't know. I feel like if we could round out as a team, we could potentially win this whole thing. But
Fair enough.
I mean, yeah, maybe it's good to always have confidence. But yeah, so you guys, how long have you been playing together? I know that you guys are a little bit more of an established org. I've seen Orlando Outlaws around. How long have you guys all been playing together as a squad, though?
probably like 2-3 months. It's a short period, but I mean,
Yeah, still, I
It's
mean,
longer than most.
yeah, definitely some of these teams that have come here and been pickup squads, and you guys have definitely looked pretty good, and you've given yourselves opportunities to win as well, which is the big thing. And going ahead, looking at the rest of the tournament, you guys have Rally coming up again, a potential revenge match. You went to Game 3 yesterday against them. How you feeling going into that one?
Curry's gross, bro. But I
He
mean,
is.
I think if we can shut him down, like that team's pretty much chalked. But
Fair enough.
So sounds like you got your target man, Zuni. Thanks for the talk, dude. Great
I
to
appreciate it,
speak
man.
with you, and best of luck in your losers bracket
Thank you,
run.
thank you.